I use both the Denman brush and a detangling comb. I like both tools. Both of them are seamless. Both of them are well made. The Denman brush I use occasionally. I use when I want a very thorough detangling and I want to smooth my hair, and I also want to stimulate my scalp. It does a really good job of stimulating my scalp. So all these bristles are good for a very thorough detangling. Comb has, wider teeth, and they're also seamless. Most of the time, use a detangling comb. It's one of the reasons why I don't use the Denman brush more often is because the Denman brush has a tendency to over define my curls. My hair already has like 40% of its length in the curls, and sometimes it's more, it's like 50% is what makes up the curls. And I feel like with the Denman brush, my hair ends up much higher. It does give a fuller result, but it springs my hair up to the point where it reduces the appearance of the length of my hair. It is defined well, but it's defined differently. It's defined in smaller sections. Just that it detangles very well, very thoroughly, that it stimulates my scalp. But sometimes I like the extra full, less length showing result. It's so thorough that any loose strands of hair, they are going to be removed effectively with this. It does a good job detangling. I can still stimulate my scalp with it. It just keeps my hair elongated and in larger sections. Most of the time I like the detangling comb. I still get a decent amount of removal of loose strands of hair with the wooden comb. I'm going to continue to use the Denman, I think it's about once every 2 months or so I'll use it. And then I use this pretty much every time. Also, when I use the Denman, I use it after I've detangled with this. So I first go in with this one, and then if I'm going to use a Denman brush, then after it's detangled, I go in and do a more detailed detangling session. And then another thing I'll do is once I go through with the Denman brush and I see how it makes my hair spring up, like extra spring up, then I will go in and run the detangling comb through it to just try to elongate it a little bit. My hair is still left with influence of the Denman brush, but running the detangling comb through right after the Denman tends to help elongate my hair a little bit. When I use the detangling comb, I just use the detangling comb. When I use the Denman brush, I use the detangling comb first, then the Denman brush, and then the detangling comb again. Especially the last run with the detangling comb, my hair is already detangled, so I'm just elongating it a little bit. I'm taking away some of the extra spring that the Denman brush produces. If I had to pick only one tool, I would definitely pick the detangling comb, the seamless detangling comb. I'd definitely pick this one if I had to only use one tool.